Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the grand finals of Banshee Cup. Qualifier number 3 for the grand finals is underway. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got Bathrobe and Bratwurst. On the right is going to be Bobby Kotick Fan Club, or as I'm calling them, Breakfast Kids Fan Club, because heck, Bobby Kotick, he can go fall down a well and explicitives. So, we have got our map number 1 of this best of 5 is determined by the tournament admins, which is going to be Haunted Mines, for those of you that are excited for some Haunted Mines action. This is a best of 5 series. Let's get through our spiel, and then we can go ahead and start talking about food. So this is going to be, as I mentioned, the best of 5 grand finals. This is the Meta Madness style of draft here in the Banshee Cup, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. So heroes that are banned at the top of the screen are not going to be added to that list. They are only pertaining to the current map draft, so Sylvanas, if she's not banned out in map 2 or 3, as we're guaranteed at least 3 maps, could be drafted. Now, of course, if there's a first pick Tahaka, that means Tahaka is unavailable for the rest of the maps in this best of 5. And that does not mean if one team plays the character, the other team can play it. No, no, no. If a hero's picked and played, they are banned away after that map is played. So, that's all that. If you're watching here on Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out with us live here on Twitch. I know there's a lot of places you can watch Here's the Storm. You could be watching reruns, you could be watching other content, but I appreciate you choosing our channel. If you're enjoying the time, be sure to follow the stream. If you'd like to support further, every little bit helps, as we do full-time stream 6 days a week, and we average 6 hours per stream. We got a lot of fun content here, and someone did the math. It's like 150 hours of content for $4.99 a month. That's not too bad for ad-free viewing. If you're watching over on the YouTube side of things, thank you so very much for supporting the YouTube. Be sure to like the video. I believe that helps us gain traction and gets the video out to more people. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube, be sure to do that, because if we get over to 1,000 subs and more, we can monetize the channel, which means more food, more pets, more good times for the good boy that is Bandit. And last but not least, all VODs on YouTube have additional free spoiler-free additional time. So that means that best of 3s will always be an hour and a half, and best of 5s will always be 2.5 hours, regardless of how many maps are played. That way you cannot look at the time signature and be like, ah, yes, this best of 5 is only 2 hours long. That must mean that it was done before 5 games are over. That's boring. So we trick all of you into thinking that the games are full length. So, hi, welcome. Hi, YouTube. Good job. You've made it. You've gone through the spiel. We're here, ready to go. We've got a Junkrat first pick for the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst, Tracer Tyrael for the members of Burger King Fan Club. Katsuki got some Prime after South Park episode. It was disgusting. Katsuki got some Prime? Wait, what? We're just waking up. 1.5 to 2 hours is perfect. Okay. Prime after that South Park episode. It was disgusting. Wait, I'm so confused. Sorry, Big Scary Duck. I did my ramble and I forgot what we were talking about. Big Kahuna Fan Club. That's a good one as well, Bertle. Leave Bobby down there, Lassie. You didn't give them permission to use Haunted Mines. It's yours. Oh, I see. A mine. Okay. Cheers, chat. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Junkrat, Diablo, Brightwing. I already have to run to the bathroom again. I've had way too many fluids today. Tracer Tyrael, that's going to be a steal away by Breakfast Fan Club. Breakfast Kid Fan Club. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, is like Breakfast Kid Fan Club like a fan club of kids that like breakfast, or is it a club full of people that enjoy eating a kid made of breakfast? Sorry, this is where my brain's at. I've been up since 4:30 a.m. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, so we're all over the place right now. Malfurion Hammer will be banned out in the mid phase. We still have this Tracer Tyrael. Is there an Abathur consideration for this? I mean, you still could go Abathur here. Junkrat, Diablo, Brightwing. What do they want to play with all of this? Rexar is not a bad idea early on. Dahaka could be picked up as well. False set if they want a secondary global for a tiny little map. I actually don't know if you can fly into the mines. Breakfast Kid, I hope it's goat meat. Sorry, it's like Chicken of the Sea or something. Happiest Sunday as we're cooking sweet and sour shrimps to eat with rice to eat. Oh, nice. Like a little bit of a stir fry or just like shrimp and rice? What does the term hypercarry mean? So typically a hypercarry is, so like here's actually a really good example. On the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst, Junkrat would be a hypercarry because your main source of damage, sustain, and your kill factor is coming out of Junkrat. Now, of course, Imperius, Blaze, Diablo, they can all make good plays, but your carry is going to be a Junkrat. So typically the term hypercarry is when, because like, so like in League of Legends and stuff, you have your like ADC, your attack damage carry. So a range assassin or an assassin is often considered a carry. So a hypercarry is when you're just leaning into one assassin to hypercarry the team. I hope that broke that down nice and clear. On the... Oh, I need to write a prediction. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Bark, bark, bark! Bark! Alright, so let's introduce our teams, introduce our players, and we'll get into our gamble in just a moment. Masquerade on the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst will be playing Diablo, Hazuab's Blaze, Ultralisk Imperius. Ultralisk, you took the wrong level 1, bud. Death Knight is going to be your Brightwing, and last but not least, Dino on the Junkrat. What is an assassin? On the side of Bobby Kotick Fan Club, or the Breakfast Kid Fan Club, as I like to call them, Mao's playing your Tyrael, Virtual playing Hogger, Nagram on the Tracer, we've got a Nixer Karazim, and Jean Lassalle will be your Maiev. Level 1s are shown at the bottom of your screen. We'll start our prediction in just a few moments, that way you kind of have a heads up. You know it's on the way. And you can also see the level 1, see the first engagement. We make the sauce sweet and sour with carrot, cauliflower, onion, and such. We then deep fry the shrimp, pour the vegetables and sauce on top of the crispy shrimp, and eat the rice on the side. That sounds amazing. I'm not a fan of, if it comes from the ocean, I really don't care for it. But that does sound very good. Nicely done, Lingaria. Thanks for sharing. I've heard you mention hypercarry with certain combos that get selected, like when Ana is picked, is she a vital to the carry? It depends. Because it depends on what your hypercarry is. Because so if you're going hypercarry Gul'dan, then yeah, Ana makes complete sense. Biotic Grenade for the healing debuff, Nano Boost is the big one because you have a spellcaster, Nano Infusion level 20. Now, if you're looking at like a hypercarry Vala, oftentimes people would look at Ariel because Ariel is the battery. Or Lieutenant Morales is something that you see with that as well because you have Stim for the auto attacker. So it just depends on what you're trying to build for your hypercarry if you're going into it. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the reminder. I got distracted by the conversation around hypercarries. Thank you for the reminder. I apologize. Gamble is up and available. Thank you very much for the reminder, Ashmantle. I got into the weeds on hypercarry discussion. You can't make any protein you want. That's the trick. You can make any protein you want with a beef chicken. Yeah, that's actually why I like doing curry right now, because the curry that I buy from the store, it's like the Japanese golden curry. It's like $4 for like the little kit of it, or it comes like the block of flavor. And all you do is you cook your protein. And then you put in all your, your vegetables and such. Or chicken wings. Ooh, chicken wings. Jet Propulsion from Blaze gets a stun. Nagram is trying to back away. So the gamble's up and available. Bathrobe and Bratwurst currently with 12,200 versus the 569 as Maiev and Blaze will be traded here. Diablo does go down. And Junkrat has enough for a kill. Now, does Tyrael get any death timer reduction? He gets like 2 or 3 seconds off his death timer because it's 10% per enemy hero hit. 10% off your death timer per enemy hero hit with that explosion. So I hope I explained it well for you, Foo Fighter. If you have any further questions, by all means ask. I love doing my best to educate viewers through casting and stuff. So If there's any uncertainties ever, just by all means throw it in Twitch chat. There's really no dumb questions if you're trying to learn about the game. And if I don't have the answer, usually someone in chat knows. Like, I'm not the all-knowing know-it-all of knowledge. I get things wrong. That happens. I'm a human. Go write a Reddit post about it. But, I think I have a decent grasp of this game. I've been hired maybe once or twice professionally to cast this game. Once or twice. You've returned. Looks like you're just in time for the grand finals. You are indeed. After this, we also have, after this, we're going to be doing Mario Party. I have already let everyone know, so when the grand finals is over, we should be good to go for Mario Party. I need to try curry powder. I haven't bought curry powder in a while. This is like that golden curry, which is like that heavy, thick, like, sauce, a roux, if you will. R-O-U-X, I think is how you spell it. Tyrael gets out alive. I can't believe it. First objective, by the way, is looking pretty good to Bathrobe and Bratwurst, as the last skulls can be picked up off this boss, or what do they call this? Grave Golem? Yeah, off this Grave Golem. And Bathrobe and Bratwurst, I mean, they got 53, so regardless, they will have the stronger... I'm trying to think of the word for these. Grave Golem, sorry. Said it, forgot it, had to think about it again. But they will have the stronger Grave Golem, period. They could make it even stronger by getting these last few skulls, but it seems like that is not going to be the call. Actually, no, it will be the call from Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Sorry, I'm flipping the names. Ixer on the Kerazim did DC. There's the pause. Ixer? If he DCs again, we play with a bot. Left-hand side is going to be your Bathrobe and Bratwurst. On the right is going to be Burger King Fried Club. Top 3 sauces for chicken wings. Easily Cholula or Tapatio. We'll say that's 1 right there. Barbecue sauce for sure. I'm a fan of what's it called? So they actually have a version that's not sweet. There's like Sweet Baby Ray's, but it's just called Ray's barbecue sauce. I like that a lot. Ray's barbecue sauce is good. And then for a third topping, not ketchup, not mustard. Probably, honestly, you know what? A mixture between a hot sauce and a barbecue sauce, honestly. Like, usually what I'll do is I'll take some of the Cholula or Tapatio and mix it into the barbecue, so you get a little bit of heat with it. So, something like that. What happened to our prediction? Still there. Which team wins Haunted Mines? Oh, if we're talking, I mean... Dude, if we're talking Buffalo Wild Wings, dude, Buffalo Wild Wings has got some great flavors. Garlic Parmesan. Garlic Parmesan's so good. Oh, man. I haven't been to Buffalo Wild Wings in years. Well, fight still continues to brawl out here in the mid position as we have restarted Haunted Mines. Some good e-sportsmanship, is chat saying. I have Spirit of Vengeance in. Just gonna poke. Tyrael throws in the Eldruin's Might. That's going to be a jet propulsion in from Blaze. The fight does continue. Maev goes in with the Spirit of Vengeance. Hogger gets a vertical bounce that's looking pretty good. Some low red health bars. Death Knight's the one to go down. Jean Lassalle, I think it's picked off as well. But it is going to be Diablo Brightwing. Hazuab so low, it's a 2 for 2, chat. And the camp still gets picked up by the members of Bathrobe and Bratwurst, as Ultralisk wants to take down Nagram, has to jump into the mines. Oh, he can't jump into the mines yet! The mines have not opened up yet! Oh, sad Imperious noises. The mines will open shortly, heroes. Buy one, get one Thursday for Boneless. Oh, man, I missed that. We used to do that a couple times here and there. Finish work, go meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings on a Thursday for that deal. All right, well, 3 to 5 in kills. Members of Burger King Friend Club are looking like they have the lead currently in this restart of map number 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. Taking free shots here, go for it, bud. There's no one here who's gonna be like, actually, League of Legends is really, really fun. I love the game. Shadow Charge to start out here. So I was on max zoom. I felt that was weird. Masquerade getting low. Celestial Charge is the answer, and Brightwing's got to heal just in time. No kill to be had in a Masquerade. You got the unsweet rays after years of sweet rays, and you couldn't eat it. What, the regular rays or the sweet baby rays? I just tried out the regular rays, and I liked it quite a bit, so I'm just going to keep getting that. Sweet baby rays is fine, though. It's just if I can cut out a little bit of sugar, I'm going to. Nice Twin Flame thrown back. Sweet Thai chili? Oh yeah, sweet Thai chili's been around for a while. Diablo tries to make another initiation happen here. It's going to be 10 to 16 in our skulls. Siege Giants, by the way, in top lane are going to collide onto the top lane fort, but let's take a look at Ultralisk, who did land a charge, I think. There's a slow from Hazuabs. Jet Propulsion gets the AoE stun onto the Kharazim as well. And Hogger, staggering blow is not enough. Looks like there's going to be Knoll cooked up for lunch today. Meanwhile, in the mines, Imperious. Oh, by the way, I always like to bring up this fact. Did you guys know that Haunted Mines is not actually layered below the top of the map? Like, it's not like, if you were to look at like an X, Y, so there's no Z axis. Does that make sense? So there's X and Y. So you have X and you have Y. If you did not know, they're just literally, like, it's just one gigantic map if you actually think about it. It's not layered below, like on the Z axis. Yeah. But the cool thing is that you do have this little window that looks down into this. So that's kind of cool. I always found that really, really interesting. But little tidbit. Now, the one thing someone usually asks, could you like chill here with Falstad and fly over here? I don't know. I don't know how the programming works on this because I have not played this map in many years. Dino does go down. So does our Brightwing. Double kill for the side of Breakfast Kids Enjoyers. Wait, what? Breakfast Kids Fan Club. Man, I'm just starting to blend everything together here, chat. Mind blown. You're welcome. All right, well, Breakfast Kid Fan Club, 4 to 8 in kills, favoring our red team. They have 50 of the skulls, so they have... It could be an even objective, actually, right now, as Dino jumps through a... Yeah, wow, we're going to get a 50 to 50 objective. Even Stevens. Okay, Hogger's able to bounce away. So Grave Golems will be equal in top and bottom. But I do got to point out, this top lane fort is already on 20-some%. Diablo body blocking's pretty good, but I don't think we're going to see a kill onto Hogger. It does force the well tap. I wonder, Bertle, that's a good question. Diablo's souls are finished out, but is he going to go down immediately? Umbral Bind pulls him back in. That's going to be a face shift from the Brightwing. And Diablo will not be taken out. Grave Golem's dealing significant damage right now. They have 523 damage into structures as Tyrael will be picked off. And the Grave Golem in bottom lane is going to start pushing in. Blaze comes down here to clear things out, but the top lane fort shall fall. Hogger gets a bounce off the Loot Horde. No pick onto him. Umbral Bind pulling a few enemies in. Diablo with the Shadow Charge into the wall immediately onto the Kharazim. Celestial Charge from Imperius does connect as he's hit with a Light Bomb. Wrath of Angelic Armament activated. Kharazim's gonna be cooked up by Diablo. Angelic Armament looking for the snipe, and Brightwing gets the magic spit hit. Brightwing's magic spit has the range increase, but it was able to track that Hogger. He does go down in the mines as he enters in through the door, and Hazuabs finishes out bottom lane clear. Top lane is going to get the fort and the most of the keep front gate, but Brightwing's able to zoom on out of here. Hazu, though, pushes bottom lane. 10 talent tier here, so let's cycle through those numbers. Little Twin Flame on the bottom lane fort. We already saw Lightning Breath, Angelic Armament. There's going to be a Containment Disc on a Dino. Concussion Mine is not enough because Nagram's got the chase on this Tracer. That's Quantum Spike, I believe. 6%. No Sticky Bomb. Judgment, Tyrael, Hogger with the Shockwave. As we mentioned, Containment Disc for Maev. 16 seconds on that bad boy. And 7-sided Strike for the Cares team. Actually, did he activate it right here? They're trying to take down Hazu, and they will, but they are giving up so much HP on this top lane keep. It's going to be down to almost 50% as the Catapult could not fixate onto the structure because the big booties of the Siege Giants were getting in the way. 1-2 Sappers making it in the bottom lane fort. Masquerade doing his best to anchor and defend, but here comes Maev with a Spirit of Vengeance, Umbral Bind. Tracer with the recall. Riptire from Junkrat is pretty decent. Polymorph onto the Cares team. He's unable to dash away. And the Lightning Breath slows things down, but a Containment Disc slows it down even further. Concussion Mine does not connect into Tyrael as the top lane keep is going to be above 50% HP, but still, a lot of damage being taken right there. Sorry, I was just thinking, when I was at PT, the physical therapist complimented my posture. He's like, oh yeah, your posture's really good since, you know, you're, like the way that you're sitting and bending and stuff. And I was like, dude, my posture is garbage. And I then proceeded to explain to him, like, how I sit. And he's like, no, but your lumbar's really good. I'm just like, I just couldn't take the compliment. I was like, no, my posture's shit, dude. Don't lie to me. Masquerade is going to try and Fire Stomp out of this. He's going to be able to get into the mines. Doubles back outside. Gets the phase shift from Death Knight. Now Virtual is going to be polymorphed just as he tries to get that Shockwave. And unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, it's going to be on a 10-second timer. 7-sided strike with a phase shift from Brightwing. Ultralisk lives. It's Tyrael to go down. Ultralisk stabs backwards, but he still will be traded for the Tyrael. Angel for Angel. Steel Trap right in front of the mines. We have our next objective phase up, and Hazuab's down here is going to start working on these. Oh, Skull... No, they're Risen Miners. That's what they are. So he's going to start working on these Risen Miners, and we'll be able to pick up quite a few of these skulls for his team for their Grave Golem summon in bottom lane, since it does alternate lanes between top and bottom. So red now to top, blue now to bottom, but bottom lane, fort's already been taken down. 30 out... Oh, wow, there's a lot of really good skulls early on. Heroes of the Storm Mythbusters. You mean Garrett Weinzerl and Kyle... I was going to say Kyle Dates. Kyle Ferguson? Shadow Charge into Hogger's face gets the kill. Now they do Final Fantasy VII. They do Final Fantasy content now. And they're doing great on it, and I'm honestly happy for them. Bummed out I don't get to work with either of them. God, they cannot take down... Oh, they get the snipe with the Solarian Flare! Oh, this is rough. I actually just saw that Kyle Ferguson just moved to Florida? Did him and his whole family move to Florida? I don't know if anyone's got the down low on that. I don't follow their personal lives very closely. Grave Golems will be summoned in bottom and top, but it's going to be way stronger in the bottom lane. You understood the reference? That was a great podcast. Oh, dude, Into the Nexus. I used to, when I worked as an engineer back in Michigan, I would, it was like Friday mornings, because I think they record on Thursdays. Friday morning, that was like my first thing I did. I got into the office, I loaded up that podcast, and I would listen to that. Like, that was like the first thing I listened to on Fridays, or whenever it came out. And I remember sitting there being like, man, if I was on this podcast, I'd have so much cool stuff to say. And then I got to go on the podcast, and I just talked for like half an hour straight. And I remember we finished the podcast, and I just apologized. And Garrett was like, dude, that's why we invited you, because you love this game. They literally were like, our game plan was to get you on the podcast, give you a Heroes topic, and just let you talk. So I got invited back another time to that. Oh man, it was like it was such a cool moment for me. I was such a fan of that podcast. Both are HOTS and Hearthstone podcasts, yeah. Hey, but as I said, they're doing Final Fantasy stuff. They're doing well with it. They're finding a lot of success on YouTube. So I'm happy for them. I seriously am. Like, I'm glad. I'm always happy to see people in the Heroes community, like, they come out and they land in a good spot, you know? It'll be our turn eventually. But it's always good to see people land on their feet. Especially those two. They're just good people. Yeah, I was on 2 episodes, maybe 3. Oh, I think I was on 3 episodes, because there was an episode where I think it was like Garrett or Kyle. I think it was Garrett was like on vacation or something like that, and Kyle was like, I just need someone to come and hang out and talk about HOTS with me. And I was like, I got you, bud. Jet Propulsion and Celestial Charge. This is looking like Grave Golem is going to take down the shielding, and the core is starting to fall rapidly here. Map number 1 is looking pretty good to Bathrobe and Bratwurst as they get a nice Jet Propulsion into a Celestial Charge. Now, I joke about this, like, I don't mean it completely, but if Ultralisk had gone into stab build, that would have been a double kill for sure, because the amount of damage that comes out from the Q build on Imperius. If you have not played Q build Imperius and you can land your Celestial Charges, do it. There's someone in chat named Chess who can absolutely agree with me on that. Baha/Bandit podcast when? Twitch.tv/Bahamut Gaming. I stream 6 days a week, average 6 hours per stream. So that's your Baha and Bandit podcast. I already do it. Nearly daily for you all. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, $7 deal lovers. No thank you, Pizza Hut. I don't want your sweet sauce pizza. Alrighty, so welcome back into the grand finals for Banshee Cup qualifier number 3. My name's Bahamut. This is my emotional support beer. Now, we're here in the grand finals. Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday. We're having a good time. After this, we have Mario Party. We got a nice, chunky stream today. So after we do 6 hours of casual casting, we're going to do some Mario Party as well. Miss Bowers, Big Scary Duck, and Totsky will be joining me for that. That's going to start in roughly 1 hour, since we have 2 maps more minimum. I did think about putting that up on YouTube, but people really only like watching my hot stuff on YouTube, so I'm just going to keep putting hot stuff there. So, with Towers of Doom being our second map in our grand finals, best of 5, we have on the left-hand side, Bathrobe and Bratwurst. On the right, it is going to be a Trash Can Human Being fan club. Previous CEO of Blizzard fan club. Not sure why you'd be a fan of someone who's an awful human being, but hey, you know what? Not going to judge the French people over here. Actually, that's it. They're not all French, right? They're all French. I'm gonna judge all these Frenchies. Anyways, I mean, the French, they love the Mona Lisa, and that's the most boring-ass painting on the planet. Oh my god, her beauty's so striking. Plain-ass. She's so mid. You just got let go from your job? Wait, what? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Oh, bud, I'm sorry to hear that. You're happy and sad. Money is needed, yeah. And finding a new job is a pain, but the management was very toxic. Oh, Logan, I'm so sorry to hear that, bud. Like, I know it's a like, I know it's a bummer and a blessing at the same time, but that still sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. I really hope you come out on the other end of it all. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Well, hopefully our stream today gives you a nice reprieve of the sadness and you get some giggles and you have a good time. If not, time to bust out the wine. Medivh, Garrosh, Vikings, and Genji will be banned away. We've got a Hanzo Ufer on the left-hand side. Lucio will be first pick for the side of the Breakfast Kids fan club. Mona Lisa's only famous because it got stolen. Did it really? I don't remember that. Was the Mona Lisa actually stolen? You're misunderstanding. It's a club, the weapon, made of fans, the cooling device, to knock Bobby over his head with. Oh, is that it? That's a bit of a stretch, but okay. Bit of a stretch, but I'll take it. Muradin Lucio Dahaka. Obviously, it's a Cho'Gall. No, it actually might be a hyper carry for the Breakfast Kids fan club. So here might be another good example of a hyper carry situation. Hanzo Uther, probably secondary support. Oh, sorry, we're on bans. What am I thinking? Actually, Death Knight often... They will play a solo Uther with Death Knight because Death Knight is an amazing Uther player. But it also could be main tank Uther. It is Towers of Doom. I'm trying to think, like, Towers of Doom, would you want anything else from the tank pool that's available? Diablo was played in map 1. Muradin's already picked. I mean, they could lean into the Cho'Gall. Like, all memes and jokes aside, they could Cho'Gall this right here. No wine for me today, but I'm going to have some whiskey. I'm going to try and make a peanut sauce with some peanut butter whiskey. Ooh, nice. I learned from my dad that American whiskey is spelled K-E-Y, and, like, true Irish whiskey is spelled K-Y. So, like, if you get... Isn't it, like, Tullamore Dew, I think, is like a traditional Irish whiskey, and it's spelled K-Y. Whereas, like, Jack Daniels is K-E-Y. My dad told me that when I was younger, and maybe it applies to something else. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I always remember that American whiskey is spelled with a K-E-Y. Kel'Thuzad! Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. That was a bad reposition for me. That was dumb. Shouldn't have repositioned like that. So this is a hyper carry Kel'Thuzad composition. That's a hyper carry Kel'Thuzad composition. Now, you don't need to have Ana, but Ana would have been nice for like a nano boost onto this bad boy. But realistically, as I said, it is a hyper carry Kel'Thuzad by how things look on paper. It could be a hyper carry Dahaka. Could be a hyper carry Muradin. We'll see who actually pops off. Don't drink KY if I were you. Yeah, don't drink KY. I'm just using, I didn't want to spell the word whiskey a bunch of times. You bought turkey and cheese and made yourself a good sandwich with lots of mayo. Also, I know money is tight, Logan, but it doesn't hurt to get some good food. I know you said you're going to make peanut sauce, but it does not hurt to get some good food. Sometimes you got to celebrate tragedy. Left ham side of Towers of Doom, we've got Bathrobe and Bratwurst with an Ultralisk Li Ming. We've got a Hazuab Zurel, Death Knight Uther, Dino on Hanzo, Masquerade will be your Johanna. Q build, by the way. I doubt we see Flawless Technique because Dino doesn't like to have fun. East side of Towers of Doom, looking to put one up on the board here in this best of 5 grand finals. We've got the Breakfast Kids fan club. Virtual Dahaka, Malon, Muradin, Ixer will be your Ixer is your Lucio, Jean Lazelle is playing the Deathwing, and last but not least, your hyper carry is going to be your Nagram Kel'Thuzad. Love a good Kel'Thuzad personally. They're mechanically difficult heroes to play. A lot of cool value you can achieve from them if you can scale them up and land your combos. We're going to see if that's going to be the case here, as I'm going to let you all take a look at this mid lane engagement while I write up a Twitch prediction because I forgot to do one. I would like to be able to type today, please. All right, chat, 2 minutes. Get your gambles in. Thank you, Ash Mantle. Appreciate you, cutie. You're gonna buy some good food tomorrow? Exactly, Logan. I am bummed out to hear that, you know, the losing of the job and stuff, but you know what? You're gonna land on your feet and you're gonna find something way better that's gonna treat you better and pay you just as good, if not better. You'll land on your feet, bud. And I know it's easy for me on the outside to be like, it'll be better. Because trust me, I've been on your side of things where I'm like, stop saying it'll be better. I'm living through an issue. You know? It's hard to be the one who's dealing with it. It's easy to be like, it'll be better. But we're here for you, bud. And wish you all the best. So, Towers of Doom, stun onto this Lucio immediately. Death Knight was trying to set something up. Nagram tried to answer with a chain. 7 stacks on Master of the Cold Dark already as Kel'Thuzad takes down the Uther. You still have time to get your gambles in, chat. Nagram a little bit low on this Kel'Thuzad, but Deathwing and friends want to keep fighting. A push off from Lucio slows Masquerade, but Kel'Thuzad is going to be picked off in the backline. Dino wants to chase onto this Lucio. Does he have the snipe? Does he have the Q? He turns around, goes for the Dahaka, hits the stack on Dahaka, but Dino is dead. Dino has some good stackage though. 1 attack needed on Dahaka. Dahaka, Muradin, and Kel'Thuzad, or excuse me, onto Deathwing. So, does he have the everyone hit once? Wow, you said everyone hit once. Everyone hit one once. I can't talk, I'm sorry. What's boosting Kel'Thuzad to make him a hyper carry? The rest of his team? CC. Lucio has the slow. He has also got his sound waves, so that can push people into Kel'Thuzad stuff. Level 13, I'm assuming we'll see heavy casters from Lucio. That's a stun. Muradin has a baseline stun. Kel'Thuzad, baseline stun. Dahaka has the baseline drag. So there's some form of CC to allow Kel'Thuzad to just single target burst someone down. Now, as I said in draft, an Ana would not be bad in this situation. The Ixer might not have an Ana in their repertoire. That's a possibility. Now, usually at this level of skill, most healers are like not an issue for a main healer at this level of skill, but you know, not everyone plays everything. Muradin Dwarf tosses in. He's going to be looking for Death Knight, who drops the stun, but Death Knight does go down. You almost forgot to bid. Woof. But also, it doesn't, like, a hyper carry doesn't need to have something that boosts it. Hyper carry, at least in the definition that I know, is basically you have 1 ranged assassin, or you have 1 assassin on your team. Illidan can be a hyper carry. Illidan can absolutely be a hyper carry. Samuro can be a hyper carry too. Zeratul. Now, in those situations, you'd consider an Abathur hat on top of that. But you don't need to have one. You could go Morales and stim the Illidan. It's really how you want to amplify your assassin. How are you going to make them succeed? And in this composition, the way they make Kel'Thuzad succeed, lots of CC available. Some way of pushing people, locking them down, stunning them, rooting them. Dude, I had when Grubby was working on the You're Carried song, we knew about it on like the production and caster side of things way ahead of it. Like Grubby had told us because we were making, we always had ideas for monetary goals for CCL to raise the, what's it called? To raise the prize pool further. So like the Grubby thing, we knew about that we knew about that a good month before it was even happening. And man, it was so hard to be quiet about the You're Carried stuff. It was so hard to be quiet about that. Well, there was a kill onto Uther once again. The objective phase looks like it was mostly in favor of Bathrobe and Bratwurst as they get 8 shots into the enemy core, 4 shots only raining into Bathrobe and Bratwurst's side of the map. But of course, it's early, it's Towers of Doom, it's anyone's game. Can Jaina be a hyper carry? Absolutely. Absolutely, Jaina can be a hyper carry. 100%. The issue with mages as a hyper carry is that if you, and this is also the issue with double mage, if you miss your combo, that's kind of the end of it. You're basically waiting for the next round of look at this. See, Kael'Thuzad missed the chains, he's gone. He's backing off. Now, of course, the enemy team is running at the face of this red squad. Oh, I thought they were going to save Lucio there. So that's kind of the trade. So when you go into like a hyper carry like Illidan, Vala, Zul Jin, you've got sustained damage and chase. Typically, you want the fight to just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's where you get the most value. In situations like this, you want short, fast fights because Kael'Thuzad has big burst, and then you're waiting for those cooldowns to come through. So you want mage hyper carry. You want short, fast fights. In my opinion, in an auto attack hyper carry, Zul'jin, Vala, Lunara, Raynor, in those situations, you want fights that just keep going and keep just like being pulled out, like a Vikings composition or an Abathur composition. Like right now, if there's an Abathur composition for the side of Burger King Friends Club, you would want to delay out this objective as long as possible. So Abathur or the Vikings are currently soaking other lanes, and you're just poking at the enemy team. You don't need to win this objective right away, because winning the objective right away means your Vikings / Abathur are not getting the value that you drafted them for. Anyways, Jean Lazelle is going to go down to Li Ming. That's a reset for her. And you can see Kael'Thuzad playing to the far side of this. Gets a Shadow Fissure reset, but he's not going to be able to step into this. If he does, he's playing with a little sketchy right here. Dragon's Arrow. Yeah, goodbye, Kael'Thuzad. Oh!
Red team dominated. Finland!
You end up watching Moana a little later because of it. I like Moana. It's a very good movie. But no Disney song will ever beat Dancing Bears from Anastasia. The Ghost Waltz or whatever it's called. Oh my god, that's one of the best songs out there. Muradin, Dwarf tossing in. Oh! Dahak has to burrow into the ground. Is there going to be a potential kill into Li Ming? Not when she has a Divine Shield applied. Yo, Desert Jester, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Uh-oh, Lucio tries to high five out. He dead. Deathwing takes flight before getting picked off. 13 talent tier advantage to the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Meanwhile, Hazuabs continues to do solo lane duties. Once
more, the altars rise from the depths.
Oh. Dwarf toss in. Iron Skin activated. Chains connecting. No Glacial Spike to... What? Oh, he's got those red team chains. They're extended. They're a little bit longer. And just like that, Hanzo finds 75% or so of the HP of this. Yeah, Kael'Thuzad, you're dead. I don't see a world where you actually live out of this, bud. Lucio comes in with a high five! And he's dead. Bellowing Roar pushes Hazuabs away. Masquerade with the channel here, and he's going to be uninterrupted. That is 4 more shots into the Gravekeeper from the Raven Lord. And meanwhile, I thought... Hazu? Okay. 11 to 6 in kills. The hypercarry Kael'Thuzad composition not really working out here. And Wave is pushed into the bottom lane fort. By the way, if you did not know, it's little Gravekeepers. You can see little Gravekeepers on the top. And then these towers over here have little Raven Lords. Where are you? See, little Ravens. Little map theming. So you can see giant Raven core, giant Gravekeeper core. And also, if you take a look at the minimap during the firing phase, the Raven Lord, left side, shoots little Raven missiles. and the Grave Lord on the right shoots little, like, skull missiles. Slightly different. Like, they're both skull missile looks, but one's got, like, the raven beak and one's more skull-ish. Hello? What? Dino! Homie!
A singular strike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sappers over the wall. 6 sappers over the wall. Oh, it's falling apart here on the side of Burger King Friends Club. Burger King Finance Club. Stormbolt, nice kill into John. That's a good pickoff just before this objective phase. If they could take down Hazu, that'd be huge, but I don't think that'll be the case. Kel'Thuzad is back. Kel'Thuzad is still without Master of the Cold Dark finished out. He's got his Glacial Spike, but 30 Blade for the 75% spell power. That's huge. That's needed. Lucio with the push-off. He actually didn't go Heavy Casters. Oh, he went all together. Dahaka gets the right side. Hazuab's delayed on the left. We have Death Knight getting the bottom lane. So 3 for 6. Or excuse me, 5 for 6 in the trade. You probably heard the song. Oh, dude, just look up Dancing Bears on Google or on YouTube. I don't think that's the name of the song, the proper name, but if you look up Dancing Bears Anastasia, that song will pop up, and it's, oh, so good. Such a good song. Hanzo, Dino, trying to poke at the top of this. No 16 talent here. Our defender activated by Yrel. She Goomba stomps onto this Dahaka, and he does go down. Nagram trying to back away. Uther gets the bottom lane channel, finally. Bellowing Roar from Deathwing. And it's actually a 3 for 10 trade. Kel'Thuzad's still not done with his Master of the Cold Dark, which has just got to be frustrating for the Kel'Thuzad player. And it is 29-4 in HP. Boss wins. One good team fight here for the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst, and they're going to push us into a map number 3. Divine Shield applied to our Li Ming, who gets a quick double kill. Maybe make it a triple kill as she gets another reset. Kel'Thuzad. Oh, wait, hold on. What are we doing over here, Li Ming?
I mean, I knew I could do that. I've opened
Dino tries to read where the Lucio's going. Can't find it. Why are they not just grabbing boss, dude? Why are we doing this again? Why are we doing this again? Literally. Oh, wow. They could be ending, but instead we're going to get a camp for bottom lane that's going to deal 3 damage to the enemy core. Wow. GG, don't call it yet, dude. They're not done playing with their food. They've got to make mashed potato mountain. So that way you can pour the gravy down it. I'll never forget going on a Boy Scout thing with my dad. It was like father-son Boy Scout thing, and all the dads let their kids, you know, play with their food or whatever. And I remember looking at my dad and be like, "Dad, we're not at home. I can play with my food too, right?" And he goes, "No, you don't do that." Oh, my European father. 3 sappers go over the wall. As I said, they don't end the game. Yeah, wow, indeed, Kalis. Wow, indeed. Dragon's Arrow will connect. Lucio does go down. Kel'Thuzad picked off. We've got an Ardent Defender activated. Murden picked off. Reset for Li Ming. She's going to be able to get the big pop off. Oh my god. Are they going to just... Oh god. Please, Hazuabs. Hazuabs, please. Hazu, please. Hazu, please. Hazu. Hazu, end it. Hazu!
Team kill.
So boring. Oh my god, they're dominating the enemy team. Such prowess. Oh, my monitor just shut off. That was weird. I think it went to sleep from me snoring. I think my monitor heard me snoring, was like, oh, it's time to go to bed. Well, anyways. 2 more minutes than the map needed to be. Towers of Doom is over. Bathroom and Bratwurst are 1 map away from winning the tournament. Woo. Even your monitor was done with the game. It was. It really was. No, I have a graphics driver update probably is causing issues. I know I see it, but I didn't want to run it this morning because I knew it would break something. All right, Towers of Doom. Could be one map away from the end of today's tournament, which means we're not done streaming. We still have Mario Party coming up in roughly 40 minutes. I'm done with this team. It's nothing new, chat. Sorry, but it's nothing new. You gotta go watch Fargo? You don't have to. Enjoy Fargo. Are you watching the TV show or the movie? The movie's fantastic. The TV show is pretty good. Time to lurk. Thanks for the lurk, bud. Welcome back into the Banshee Cup qualifier number 3. We're in the grand finals, and Bratwurst and Bathrobe are doing what they always do, and they are winning. So Bobby Kotick Fan Club, or the Breakfast Crew Federation Council, are going to be down in this best of 5. Bathrobe and Bratwurst could look for a 3-0 victory. Sorry, took a sip of beer, and now I have all the burps. You've never seen any Tarantino movies? Oh, there's some good ones out there if you want to watch them. Reservoir Dogs is fantastic. Pulp Fiction's wonderful, of course. I personally love Django Unchained. Hateful Eight is a lot of talking, but I really did like Hateful Eight quite a bit. Death Proof is my least favorite of the movies. I do not like Death Proof. There's tons of other movies, but yeah. I would really like, oh man. Pulp Fiction's just like, it's one of those, like, don't see it just to say you saw a cult classic movie. See it because it's a very good movie. I mean, it's just really good acting, really, really good storyline. It's like, Pulp Fiction's like so good. Hateful Eight is superb. Hateful Eight is really good, but I will say this, it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of people sitting in a room talking. It is a lot of that. Now, that does happen in Death Proof, but Hateful Eight is way better than Death Proof. Django Unchained, like, Jamie Foxx as an actor is a hidden gem. And this isn't a Tarantino movie, but on Netflix there's a movie called They Clone Tyrone, and Jamie Foxx plays a pimp in that movie. It's so good. Kill Bill's fantastic. Kill Bill 1 and 2 is great. Inglourious Bastards is a good one. As I said, war movies start to lose me a little bit because as I said, I've heard so many horror stories from my parents living through Ceausescu's communism and the awful stuff of just that time era. So yeah, war movies are like Inglourious Basterds is very good. It's just I don't have like a big desire to watch war themed or period movies. Like Fury, for example, another great movie. Brad Pitt in Fury, Shia LaBeouf in Fury. Dude, Fury's great. It's just a war movie, and it's like I just can't go back and watch it. Like, I saw it once in theaters. Really, really good movie. Yeah. What's up, Bill, by the way? Bill. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 3, going to be an Ana Kira Chen. Obviously, there's a Cho'Gall setup here. Like, and I don't mean that as a joke. This is a Cho'Gall setup. Ana Kira Chen. Nano boosted Cho'Gall. Hello. Chen for the solo lane. Kira for some extra damage. They are considering. Fury is really good. It is really good. It's just, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of war movies. I don't think they're bad. It's just, it's one of those things where, like, I don't have PTSD, but I've heard so many horror stories that, like, you know the gif of the border collie who's like looking at cake and then he has like war flashbacks? That's me, but with the stories of my parents. Stukov and Rexar, I don't think they're actually going to Cho'Gall in this. I really don't think they will. Nano boosted Cho'Gall equals hyper carry. I mean, yes, but there also is a Kira on the team. Realistically, though, Cho'Gall is always the hyper carry. Cho'Gall is always the hyper carry. Malfurion Zarya. Okay, so this is looking like a hyper... So here's a good example. This is a hyper carry composition being built for the Cassia. Artanis deals decent damage, but look at this. Malfurion, healer. Zarya, support. You're gonna need a main tank. You're probably not gonna tank with Artanis or Zarya. That's a hyper carry Cassia coming down the road. Arthas is going to be grabbed here. Arthas is very good into hyper carry auto attack compositions because of his E. I was going to say trait, but that's Resurgence of the Storm. Because of his E. So the Frozen Tempest, not only does it slow movement speed, but it also slows auto attack speed. So like a Varian maybe. I would actually like to see a Muradin. The opening scene for Inglourious Basterds is chilling. You love it? Oh, God, that's terrifying to me. Oh, chat. When the Butcher got picked, I almost got up and went and got a different beer. Or another beer. Sorry, I'm writing up a prediction, but I can't type because I've had one beer and I don't know how to use a keyboard anymore. Funny looking Muradin. Yeah, I am, I mean, it still is Hyper Carry Cassia. But, very interesting composition. Ana Butcher is not a good combo. Missing a heal can make or break the game here. I mean, unless Butcher gets Brand on the target, keep that in mind as well. On the right side of the map, looking to take us to a map number 4 in this best of 5 grand finals for the Banshee Cup qualifier number 3, we've got the best Kirkland Friends Club. Nagram dancing on Malfurion, Ixer playing your Zarya, Mal on Cassia, Jean Lazelle playing a Tannis. Artanis, Virtue will be your Leoric. On the left side of the map, looking to close things out. Actually, I can't say that they're looking to close things out because they drafted a Butcher on Ultralisk. We've got a Death Knight Ana, Dino on Kira, Hazuabs to play Arthas, and Masquerade will be your Chen. So, well, that's 20 blood for Butcher off the bat because before he hits 200 stacks, he is going to get 20 meat per enemy hero kill, and that's 40 meat for the Butcher off the bat. Off the bat. All right, well, with a quick double kill and all of that, I do believe now's a good time for us to start up a Twitch prediction, don't you, chat? Time to set up a Twitch prediction. As I'll start the prediction just as that Butcher kill comes through on the live stream. Arthas, Frozen Frost Presence level 1. Butcher currently solo laning into the Leoric top lane. Lands the Drain Hope, and Ultralisk gets the mark, the brand. And as I said at the beginning of the game, Drain Hope is dealing nothing because Ultralisk is healing pretty much what it's doing per auto attack. Now, that has expired, and Leoric does have that pressure applied. But our Butcherlisk is going to continue soaking up those meat stacks. 50 meat a minute and 22 seconds in. Chat, the gamble's still up and available. We have 103,000 channel points on B&B to win. And with the domination of maps 1 and 2, I can't blame you. Also, Hazuabs is body blocking out of his absolute mind. Butcher picks up 70 meat off of that one kill. Gonna get 90 meat off another. Yeah, this is looking very one-sided, chat, and I can't blame those of you gambling for that one-sidedness. And Jean Lazelle, au revoir. Okay, so Siege continues. Butcher at 120 meat, 2 minutes in. Hazu World Champ MVP. Hazuab is one of the nicest people I've ever met in esports. Hazuabs is one of the... Actually, I wouldn't say nicest people. He's one of the nicest players I've ever met. That is a fact right there. Super humble, super nice. I mean, like, Legacy's super awesome and cool, but, like, Hazu's just so nice. Like, Hazu will just shoot the shit with you. And it's just, I don't know, he's just a nice dude. I have nothing but positive stuff to say. If you ever get a chance to meet him, take like 5 minutes just to chat with him and stuff like that. Really do it. Also, he appreciates it. He'll never be like, oh my god, I can't believe someone's chatting with me. Butcher charges in, Masquerade very low on the Chen, tries to drink through the pain, will be taken down, and the camp is invaded and stolen away. Hazu's one of the people in Germany I wish I got to spend more time with. I never got to have breakfast with Lauber, and that's something that I'm still to this day disappointed in. Granted, we're adults and we could have communicated better, but it happens. Leorc tries to land the Drain Hope, and it does give him some sustained healing here. Dino getting low. The body blocks from Jean Lazelle are good. Swap onto the Butcher. 130 stacks for him. Death Knight throws back the Sleep Dart into the enemy team, and Butcher charges to a minion to escape the fray. Also, sorry, just jumping back to Jamie Foxx, I don't know why. If you have not seen Day Shift, I believe it is, with Jamie Foxx, that's on Netflix. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. It's like a modern-day vampire hunter movie. Very, very good. Definite recommend. But yeah, They Clone Tyrone, super duper good. I absolutely love that movie. There's some absolutely horrible and terrifying gang violence stuff in it, but you know, when you move past that, it's a great movie. Now, there's some like serious, like scary stuff in it. Like, I don't know, it's like real world terrifying to me. Revolving sweep from Dino connects onto 1. We've got a very low Kira trying to back away, and she will not get the Blood Craze Rage healing. Ultralisk is running in with this Butcher. 139 on that stackage currently, and he's trying to work his way out of this. We do have a slow from Leorc. He did go Ghastly Reach as well as Consume Vitality at 1 and 4. Cassia fends in onto Masquerade. Blind dropped as well. Masquerade able to flying kick away. Does he have enough to be able to back off here? Bubble activated onto Leorc, and he is going to have to Wraith Walk out. Meanwhile, Dino in top lane, soaking things up, pushing it up. 151 on the meat. 151 meat for our Butcher. 19 out of 20 stacks for Hazu's Arthas. And Leorc will soak up the top lane. 7-4 in kills as we get our next objective face spawning here in the east-west portion of the map. Bottom fort is taken down. First structure to fall. Charge onto Leorc. He is dead. Now, can Butcher get the meat? He can indeed. 171 on Butcher. All right. Well, 10 talent tiers technically coming in faster for Burger King Friend Club. Azu is going to get another Howling Blast. He's already finished at the level 1. Actually, did he finish it? Yeah, he did. He's on 20 stacks. Immortals, as I mentioned, east-west side of the map. Ultralisk is going to continue clearing out the bottom lane. Looks like Virtual comes down here to push it up a little bit more. Butcher plays it safe by the keep front gate, not wanting to lose any stackage on his meat. Wasn't really sure where the enemy team is, who is rotating down to bottom. No level 10, no Entomb for Leorc, so he can't go fishing for a Butcher. All right, well, it's 10 talent tiers achieved. Sorry, I was just staring at the stats and stuff. Oh, we've got big slappy attack for our Kira. The Unrelenting Strikes. Wandering Keck from Chen is going to be activated. Meanwhile, Nagram on the right-hand side is going to get hit with a Revolving Sweep. Where is the Unrelenting Strikes? No, Dino doesn't activate it. Dino a little bit split from his team, able to get the grapple hook out of this terrifying team fight. Hazuabs pops his Army of the Dead. There's a silence from Malfurion, who is going to be picked off. Butcher is going to be pulled in by the Graviton Surge of Zarya, and now Ultralisk is going to be taken down. But as I mentioned, he already finished the meat, so he is done, and he will not lose any stackage. Unfortunately, he can't pick up another 10 meat off that Zarya kill. Since we are post 200 stacks, that does mean that it's 10 meat per heroic kill. Chen goes down, Cassia traded, but since Cassia's picked off, is there enough damage over time? Onto Leoric. He taps the well. He's gonna Hearth. I think he's okay. All right, Kira's gonna start working on the right-hand side. We are in the first phase of this Immortal. Wandering Keg back up for Chen. Cassia just now respawning. Toot toot. Masquerade fills up on Brew. We've got every heroic coming off a cooldown in just a few moments here. Butcher and Malfurion still waiting on theirs. Army of the Dead just now available for Hazuabs. Swap from the Artanis, the Entomb from Leoric. Here's a Chen who's taken a lot of damage over time. Kira spears in, Ball Lightning from Cassie onto Hazuabs, who's trying to work his way out of this as we do have the Army of the Dead activated. A nano-boosted Kira jumps in, trying to find some value. There's the Unrelenting Strikes, but she's going to have to try and back away. Gets a stab through the enemy team, and that Carnage is able to heal up a bit. Revolving Sweep onto the Zarya, and can they take down Death Knight? Yes, absolutely, but Butcher's coming into the team fight and mopping it up. Leoric is going to Wraith Walk away, but he is still dead. That's 50 meat!
Team kill!
I'm sorry, Stream Deck, what are you doing? 11 stacks on Malfurion's level 1 Vengeful Roots, 11 stacks for Chen's Precious Ingredients out of the 15. Chat. It's looking looking pretty good for our blue squad here. Oh, Butcher's dealing a casual 467 damage per auto attack. Even more now as he picks up another 10 meat. Wandering Keg from Chen has found the Zarya. Ultralisk is having a good game. And he'll pick up more meat. Butcher tries to charge. The Zarya Graviton Surge pulls her in place. Meanwhile, Unrelenting Strikes slap down onto Cassia. Enough to share from Masquerade. 280 meat for our Butcher as they're going to make it 290 in a second here with the chase onto Leoric. Yeah, 290. Butcher's now dealing 496 damage into enemy heroes. Swap? Nothing else. Far too easy.
Our glory radiates through this land.
Meat is back on the menus. Was it ever off? Uh-oh, fight. Sorry, I was looking at the setup here. Butcher has got some shareable brew from Chen, but unfortunately, Butcher does go down. Maybe I guess to say fortunately for the side of Breakfast Kid Fan Club. Death Knight doing their best to walk out of this. Will go down. Throws the Bio Grenade out. Malfurion and Ana traded. Cassia, flying kick to the face. The Immortal, by the way, is still doing Immortal things, but back over at the fight, Arthas will go down. It's a 3-for-2 favoring the side of Breakfast Kid Fan Club. Though oh, the grapple hook from Dino not connecting there. 298 meat for the Butcher, sub 12 minutes in. Flying kick from Masquerade, tries to pressure onto this Leoric, who applies the Drain Hope, and Chen starts drinking up some brew. Masquerade does have Wandering Keg if he really needs to pop it. And he will.
Thus ends my assault.
You got the reference? I personally love the menu. Isn't it like, didn't they base the ugliest orc in Lord of the Rings off of, Harvey Weinstein or whatever his dumbass face is? Didn't they base, like, the ugliest orc off of that pile of shit human? Butcher charges in. There's a decent amount of damage coming through. Silence from Malfurion as the Unrelenting Strikes are activated. That's going to be on a full cooldown for Kira, but it's not that long. Zarya does go down. I believe that's the 300th stack of meat for Butcher as he's going in for another 10 meat, and he's going to find it. Artanis goes in for the swap, and Butcher's like, cool, thanks. Charge on to this Leoric. The brand is applied, and Butcher's looking to take down Leoric. Arthas, does he have a Howling Blast to take him down? No. Funny if true. Oh, no, it is true. There's, like, if you look it up, like, apparently, like, the ugliest or, like, there's one orc in Lord of the Rings that's, like, super duper ugly, and they based his model or his face off of Harvey Weinstein. The movie of how Sauron wanted to expand his restaurant chain, and a bunch of hobbits ruined it. 330 meat for our Butcher currently. Butcher is dealing 544 damage into enemy. He's dealing 640 damage. Oh, because he had Rage activated? No, what is he? Basic attack enemy heroes grant 5% increased attack speed and movement speed. Ah, that's what it is. The Brutal Strike was what was increasing that damage up over 600. Looks like Butcher tries to jump in. Wandering Keg from Chen pushes things around. Cassie goes in for a fend. Dino's the target. Throws out a... oh, that's a beautiful... That's absolutely beautiful. Unrelenting Strikes. Ana is going to be picked off, but the Cassie is traded. Malfurion does go down. Leoric, just leave. Just leave, dude. Sorry, but just leave. How much HP does Malf have?
Team kill!
Malfurion has a... I know it looks like Butcher. Malfurion has a total of 2,859. Butcher, without any augments, deals... Well, he's dealing 600... So he does 589 damage... 590 damage baseline, because we round in here as the Storm. But with the upgrade on the Q at level 13, the Brutal Strike, it's like nearly 700 per auto. So like what? 4 autos and Malfurion's dead? Totski! What's up, girl? How you doing, bud? Are you ready to make sure that Bowers loses and I win? I mean, not that you and I have agreed this in our secret Discord chats without Miss Bowers. You got my payment, right? Chen flying kicks in, Wandering Kick to push the enemies back. 380 stacks currently on our Butcher. Leoric will go down. 390 for our Butcher. Oh, actually, he didn't even pick up the blood yet. He didn't pick up the meat. Big silence from Malfurion. The nano-boosted Kira's diving in. Graviton Surge will go out. Cassie is the one to fall. Butcher on 400 stacks of meat. Okay, Butcher, you can only get... Okay, you only one more kill, Butcher. All right, that's it, chat.
Smoke weed every day.
420 stacks. Don't ruin it, Ultralisk! You ruined it.
Team kill!
All right. Okay. Choose outcome. There you go. Bahamut, why won't my NAQ pop? Because you probably get to 400 seconds and you're like, it must be broken. So you cancel your queue and then re-queue thinking that'll get you a queue faster. But what you've realistically done is just re-entered yourself in the beginning of the queue. What you should do is you should chill here, ready up in your queue, and then chat and hang out until your queue pops, and it'll go by faster. That's how you do it, Satat. I will count that as a loss for Bathrobe and Bratwurst because the Butcher overshowed his target. I would agree. All right, well, we're not done with stream chat.